to today's STARS webinar. My name is David Earn. I'm Director of Programs and Communication at STARS. We have over 50 participants from across the globe joining today's webinar. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. As some of you may know, in 2017, we organized a STARS Indonesia Alumni Study Tour, and we are now planning to return to Jakarta with a group of STARS alumni in 2021. The study tour will particularly focus on tech startups and unicorns leading Indonesia's digital disruption. It is therefore my great pleasure today to talk with Astri Wahyuni about Tokopedia and Indonesia's tech innovation ecosystem. Astri is Vice President of Public Policy and Government Relations at Tokopedia, overseeing the company's strategy on advocacy, influencing, and government relations. Prior to Tokopedia, Astri was the head of external affairs at Unilever Indonesia, as well as an executive board member of the European Chamber of Commerce. As a leader of the next generation, Astri was nominated to attend the STAR Singapore Symposium 2019, so today she is one of 2,500 STARS alumni across the globe. Good afternoon to you, Astri, and thank you for speaking in this webinar. The format of today's webinar is as follows. Astri will start with a short 10-minute presentation about Tokopedia, and we will then have about 20 minutes for Q&A with Astri. If you have any questions for Astri, please use the Q&A feature below to type in your question, and we'll try to answer as many questions as possible. Without any further ado, I hand over to you, Astri. The screen is yours.
Okay, thank you so much, David. Hi, everyone. First of all, thank you for the opportunity for me to be able to share the Tokopedia's journey in Indonesia. And I hope that we can discuss later on how a tech company in Indonesia can transform around 90 million lives of Indonesians. So I will share the screen. So yeah, can you see the screen, David?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Wait. Okay. So if we see from the Google Temasek 2019 economic report, it is stated that e-commerce is a key in supporting Southeast Asia digital economy, and other technology company is also ride-hailing and travel, and it is expected that the growth of digital economy will reach 49%. Last year it was reached 49%, where Indonesia is the fastest growing market in Southeast Asia. And the digital economy potential is huge in the country. It is estimated to reach 133 billion US dollar in 2025. And this also supported by how Indonesians spend a lot of their time now accessing the internet via mobile phones. So on average, Indonesians spend 4.5 hours a day to access the internet via their mobile phone. This is also the reason how Tokopedia app get more and more popular amongst Indonesian. And Tokopedia mission in Indonesia is to democratize commerce through technology. So we know that as an archipelago country where we have 17,000 islands, it is very challenging to have an equal economic growth throughout the cities. Therefore, we believe that technology can play an important role in providing the same access to everyone in every corner of Indonesia through technology. So they can start and found everything in Tokopedia. So we are now entering our 11 years operations in Indonesia. Now we have around 4,000, close to 5,000 employee, or we call it nakama. This is Japanese words for family. So for us, our employee is our family. Now we have 19 million active users per month. This account for 1 out of 3 Indonesian use Tokopedia per month. And then we reach 97% district in Indonesia. And now we have 300 million product selections in our platform. And we have 8 million merchants also joining in our platform. This growth very rapid because last year we only have around 6.5 million. Now with the COVID, I think the adoptions is going higher. And our merchants, based on our research, 86.5% of them are first-time entrepreneur. So this is proven that Tokopedia can be a platform where anyone can start their business online. And this is our businesses. We have big 4 pillars in our platform. The first one is fintech and payment. Aside from the marketplace and digital goods, as you may see in the third pillar, we also provide financial access to our merchants, our users, and we also provide more than 50 option payments, so everyone can pay with a lot of options. We also have a logistic and fulfillment, where we have integrated logistic and fulfillment system, where our customers can choose their preferred package arrival, which will be accommodated by our logistic providers. Now we have 12 logistic providers, and I think it's the most complete amongst other platforms. Marketplace and digital goods, we not only facilitate the buy and sell activities in physical, we also have what we call digital goods, where our consumers can buy, for example, a prepaid card and then buy their electricity bill through our platform. And the last one is new retail. We know that although we're focusing ourselves in building online system, we see that offline is also still a growing market for Indonesia. So we want to empower offline ecosystem through our technology. I will explain one of the example of our new retail later on. So this is basically a bit of highlights on our digital products. So people can buy airplane tickets, train tickets, can pay a lot of type of bills. And we also work together with the government, where now people can also pay taxes through Tokopedia. And through our banking financial solutions, we can reach the unbanked populations through gold investment, mutual fund, and then we also provide capital for our merchants, also P2P lending. And we also becoming one of the biggest platform to collect donations, so people can giving back to society through our platform easily. So this is what I want to explain about. We call it Mitra Tokopedia. Mitra in Indonesia means partner. This is how we empowering small shops, offline small shops through technology. So in Indonesia, there are two different apps. For the shop, they have this specific Mitra Tokopedia applications, where the application bridges the gap between online and offline. In Indonesia, there are lots of mom and pop small shops in the residential area, where they have limitation in obtaining their products and have limitations in completing their selections. And through our platform, they can actually pick and choose the type of goods that they want to sell. And because we use the technology, we can give them the trend on how they can provide better service for the consumers. And because they know, like for example, within that week, what kind of products that mostly demand by the consumers, they will stock up more to that kind of goods, rather than stock up to products that are less demand by the consumers. So with this, we provide them a very good practice, and it is proven that some of the shop can enjoy increase in the turnover and revenue. And now we have 600,000 Mitra Tokopedia around the countries, and it present and at the more than 500 districts in Indonesia. So we have this makeover warung or small shops, as you may see in the picture, where the shop owners really focusing on products that high demand. So they have a better stock management through technology, and we can provide the trend. We can provide how they can manage the financial, a simple financial bookkeeping for them. And this is, I want to explain the Tokopedia role during the COVID pandemic in Indonesia. So we see massive changes in Indonesian consumers, where usually they go to offline, go to market or supermarket to buy something. Now they go to online stores. And we know that our merchants also impacted by the pandemic, and we also give them a lot of easy method so they can still survive. For example, for our consumers, we have easy access for daily needs. So we put food and beverage, health and related product under one campaign. So it's just one click away, they can find a lot of selections in relate to health and food and beverage category. We also provide our consumers a free shipping fee throughout Indonesia, because we know that a lot of people outside Java Island that need to get access to the goods, so we give them free shipping. And then we also closed a merchant with unreasonable price, because we see that a lot of people take this an opportunity to gain, unhealthy sales. So a lot of face masks or hand sanitizer sold with unreasonable price. So we closed the stores. I think it's around 10,000 stores that we closed. So it's helped the consumers to get a better price and a good quality of product. And for our merchants, we give them free service fee, because we see that they probably struggle in maintaining their business. And we also provide smart warehouse services for them, where they can put their goods in our warehouse, and we will manage everything for them. This really helpful, because some of the merchants cannot employ a lot of people. So with this, they can still operate with a very minimum operation cost. We have a 24/7 customer care, even though all the employees working from home, but we still can give a full support for our consumers. And we also provide insurance protections to make sure every merchants and also consumers get the goods in a good condition. And this is my last slide. So we also focusing our effort to contribute for the tech talent Indonesia. So at the beginning of the year, we launched a Start Summit. It's the technology summit that firstly held by Tokopedia. We know that a lot of tech talent in Indonesia don't have access to knowledge, don't know what are the trends outside, and also a lot of a small startup probably needs a benchmark and knowledge from our side. So in this event, we share our knowledge. We give a coaching clinic to them on how they can improve their business through technology. And we also have a lot of internal events to support development of tech talent. We have behind great products to analyze what kind of product that deliver good result. We have product academy, and we have also program for programmer team. We have DevCamp. This is for college student, where they can learn about development and design after hours, focusing on how we can, produce good design product that relevant for the consumers. So I think that will be all, David. Hopefully there will be Q&A later on, so we can discuss. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much, Astrid. That was an impressive overview. As you said, Tokopedia is only 11 years old, and already it is one of the most successful Indonesian companies. I read somewhere that 1 in 10 new jobs are created by Tokopedia. So I'm wondering, what do you consider the key success factors for Tokopedia, both in the past, like what did you get to where we are today, and more importantly, for the future?
Yeah, I think the key probably we're trying our best to be as relevant as possible to our consumers, because we are a local grown tech company, so we know better our consumers. And then, for example, our innovation really based on Indonesian consumer behavior. For example, back when we launched Tokopedia, we can only ship our goods through logistic partner, for example. And then we have ride-hailing services in the country, where people go everywhere through motorcycle, and we call it ojek. And then we see that a lot of people trying the online experience, but they want to get the offline experience, meaning they want to receive the goods faster, and get them like within hours. And that's where the idea of collaborating with a ride-hailing company happened. So we are the first platform in the country that collaborate with Gojek and Grab, so our consumers can get the delivery goods within less than 3 hours. So I think the key is understanding the consumers, and also we live by our mission as well, David, where we want to democratize commerce through technology throughout Indonesia. We collaborate with a lot of partners, and our philosophy is to build bridges. So we don't want to be a super app, we call it a super ecosystem. So we onboard a lot of partners so we can deliver a better product for our consumers.
We have a question from your fellow STARS alumnus, Jordan Isaac of OUE. He's asking, do you see Indonesia's logistics and infrastructure presenting bottlenecks to future growth in e-commerce in Indonesia?
Well, actually, we see that our government in the first term of the President Jokowi, he really focuses on developing infrastructure, building roads, highway and others. And it actually helped us to penetrate to smaller cities and areas in Indonesia. The way we see it is actually, I think this will grow better actually in the couple of years. And we see that from the COVID-19 pandemic situations, logistics is one of the sectors that can operate during the pandemic. So I think from that perspective, I see that the government see logistic and e-commerce as one big ecosystem. So they want to provide better infrastructure for us. So I don't see any major bottleneck actually for the logistic, because it's keep growing positive in the recent years.
We have a follow-up question on COVID-19 coming from Ika Suripto. She is a political officer at the Indonesian embassy here in Switzerland. She's asking, how do you cope with the distribution during this difficult time of COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah, it's been a very challenging also for us, but thankfully we now have what we call the smart warehouses. So we encourage our merchants to use that service. So usually if you don't have this service, they pack their goods at home, and then they need to go to the logistic partner to send all the goods. Using the smart houses, smart warehouse, they can just drop the stock goods, and our team will taking care of the shipment, the packaging, and others. And we also working together with the government to hand in hand with the logistic partner, actually offering help that aside from delivering our goods to consumers, we can also deliver aid to a lot of cities. For example, the health equipment to our doctors in several areas. So with that, they see us as a partner, and that's why the logistic can still operate during the COVID pandemic.
Here's another question from your fellow Indonesian STARS alumni, Olta Kotradero from the Stock Exchange, the Indonesian Stock Exchange. He's asking, how does Tokopedia differentiate itself from competitors like Bukalapak, Shopee, and Blibli?
Yeah, I think we really focus on providing better UI and UX experience for our consumers. And if you see the apps, it's actually quite different between us and other competitors. And we want to provide a faster and better experience. And other than that, we are really committed in stay in the local business, and we don't have cross-border activity currently in the platform. So we only focus on Indonesian merchant and Indonesian entities, because we believe that this is the best model to grow. So we really focus on developing local merchants, working together with local partners to make Tokopedia as an ecosystem that can benefit Indonesian people. Yeah, so I think that will be the key differentiator that we have from another partner. Yeah.
We have a question or a comment and a question from Uli Frey. He is the director of Fundes. First of all, he writes, very interesting. Our Fundes digital model is almost identical, but only in Latin America. We should talk to identify synergies. I will connect the two of you after the webinar. Here's his question.
Yeah, sure.
What is your monetization model? Where does your income come from?
Yeah, I think now I think now we have ads in our platform where a merchant can use advertising to promote their stores. That is one of revenue stream, and I think working with logistic partners also the revenue stream that we had. Yeah.
Here's another question from Uli Birch, a consultant on China, mainly in Asia. He's asking about the opportunities for foreign companies to participate in Indonesia's digital economy.
Yeah, I think more and more now, the government really wants to make Indonesia as the energy of digital Asia. So I think now they really keen to open up to new investors, especially for foreign investors, and there are actually a lot of opportunities in the digital economy in Indonesia. Not only e-commerce, we see that a lot of payment, peer-to-peer lending, and cloud services. So yeah, I think it's now it's actually open for foreign investors in invest in Indonesia.
Here's a very specific question, I believe, from another STARS alumna from Singapore, Cheslin Tan, from SMRT. She's asking, do you have a CRM program for customers at Tokopedia?
Yeah, the cost-related marketing, correct?
Yes.
CRM. Yeah, we do have, especially in this COVID and pandemic, we working together with a lot of social platform. For example, if you buy local products, we have this campaign last month where you have one local product, you can donate one package of health equipment to a lot of people who needed it. For example, if you buy, for example, clothes from our local merchants, we will donate face mask, hand sanitizer, and food and beverage to thousands of COVID impacted families. So yeah, we do have that kind of cost related marketing activity.
You are the Vice President of Public Policy and Government Relations. So I'm wondering, what are the most important issues at the moment that Tokopedia is currently lobbying for?
Well, now we have several regulations on the pipeline. For example, the cybersecurity law, the personal data protection law. I think those two now more and more important for us as well as the industry. But during the COVID, the discussions is a little bit slowing down at the parliament level. But I think those two will be pretty much our focus for the next couple of months. And we have also the omnibus law for the for the government. They want to reform the law, the manpower law. And before the COVID, the discussions is quite very intensive. Now it's also a bit slowing down. I think in the parliament level, the regulatory dynamic is a bit slowing down, but we actively monitor those three regulations at least. Yeah.
We are already running out of time. I would like to end on the topic of talent. You mentioned it already. 1 in 10 new jobs in Indonesia is created by Tokopedia. I mean, that's massive. What are the job profiles you are looking for, and what is the average age of Tokopedia employees?
Yeah, we have almost 5,000 employees, and most of them are 26. So I'm considered old at the office. And because we are not the only tech company in Indonesia, right? A lot of a lot of growing tech company also in Indonesia. So especially, I think the really lack of full talent will be in engineering and tech. That will be the driver of the company, and a lot of company wants a very good talent on that. Some of the tech company also outsource to India. So I think the demand will be very much high on that particular talent in tech and engineer, David.
Here's a question from Tutuku Prajogo. He's at the Uli University. He's asking, what do you expect from the university to help in preparing human resources in digitalization? What can universities do to prepare students?
Yeah, I think the one thing that we learn is collaborations, close collaborations with the industry. We have in Indonesia artificial intelligence center in one of the top university named University of Indonesia, because we see that they will have this capability to have this research and a good talent, and we want the product to be able to be implemented in the industry level. So I think the key is to closely collaborate with the industry and seek what are the future look like, what are the vision of the company look like. So the university, can prepare roadmap and talent and curriculum to support the industry vision. Yeah.
We have to come to a close, unfortunately. So here's the final question. Can you give anything away about Tokopedia's plans for the future? I mean, do you have any global expansion plans or any new industries you're entering? Where do you expect Tokopedia to be in 5 years from now?
Yeah, I think we will still focusing on Indonesia market. For the next 10 years, we want to be able to make a lot of Indonesian company to become tech company. So now we're offering our infrastructure as a service, because we see that if we can grow together, if we can grow a lot of Indonesian company to elevate themselves using technology, then we will have also a better ecosystem to support our business as well. So it's it's about making other company become tech company and using our experience and technology, David.
On that note, I would like to thank you very much, Astrid, for your time and for sharing your perspective with us. We are really excited for the STARS Indonesia Alumni Study Tour next year, hopefully with a visit of Tokopedia. Thank you, Astrid.
Thank you, David, for your opportunity. And I hope you guys also stay safe and healthy. Thank you so much.
I would also like to thank all our alumni who participated in this webinar. In the next STARS webinar on the 18th of June, exactly in a week from now, we will talk with Souvik Banerjee. He's the Chief Technology Officer of Tata Digital, about leading digital transformation at Tata, one of the world's largest conglomerates. I hope to see you there. In the meantime, take care and stay healthy. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Bye.
See you. Bye.